Well, hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to channel. Thanks for stopping by here and listening to what I have to say. Now, for this episode, I have to admit that I missed a download in the past 3 days because first, for some reason, I had hesitated to get the effort in to set the camera up and just record something. But I quickly noticed that it is permissible. Well, I shouldn't say permissible, but it is forgivable, and I just wait for the next download, which is today. So, uh, another episode of Akasha through yoga. And I think I would like to take this time to talk about facing through adversity that is linked to your trauma, because I don't know if some of you have the same experiences as me, but I for sure know that I have quite a number of experiences that can easily trigger my anxiety and my overthinking. And I say this as someone who's trying to promote, like, bringing on the inner light within you to shine it to others. But I think it's just as important for me to highlight my shortcomings and my weaknesses that I've yet to fully resolve, but I'm still working in. So I think I'd like to talk a bit about that, because I think it is also what today's download is meant to be. I can remember over the past few years that a few of these instances have happened to me, and I took it, like a child that is cowering in fear of something that he doesn't fully comprehend. And I can remember at least a decade ago. It's always a decade ago, isn't it? But point is, I used to take these kinds of setbacks or adversities that are directly linked to past traumatic experiences, such as not getting paid when I should, or suddenly facing something that is beyond my control and I have to maintain it. And if you notice, I stop for a while to think about it. It does that to you. Does that to your. It's a bodily reaction, that, as if I cannot fully link my head to my nervous system to continue reacting normally and speaking normally about this. But again, I saw a pattern, or beginning to understand a pattern, most particularly a decade ago, and right now. Every time those kinds of adversities appear and challenged me down to my nervous system, there are always other sorts of things to do. There are not necessarily distractions, but just things to get done to act as a distraction to that nervous system reaction. So what I'm saying is, every time, let's say that my money doesn't arrive on Friday, which it normally should, and I low-key know that it's gonna arrive on the following Monday or Tuesday of the next workday, but during the Saturday and Sunday, I have all this time to think and worry about it. But at the same time, my gut feeling, or the universe gives me a signal to work on other things that are equally as important to do at that moment, and to do it as best as I can. Now, thankfully, these past years, I have been able to uh, more graciously accept those kinds of signals and pulled myself together with some effort to execute the things that I was supposed to do, or at least the things that I was told to do as best as I can. And I saw through it, I finished it, and that signal, if you, for lack of a better word, has been marked as complete. But like, take for a decade ago, I used to get those kinds of similar signals, whether it be doing the laundry or doing the dish, or cleaning the apartment where I lived back then. I instead ruminated or overthought about those signals to the point that I didn't do much at all, other than trying to get my butt off the bed and make dinner for myself, if or not, else I would starve. So I was kind of wondering as I thought about this, why did it take a decade? Why everything that circles around, or like it has something to do with self-development or like self-improvement, why did everything have to wait till a decade until I can gather enough motivation, not necessarily motivation, I can I was only able to get enough drive to execute this today the way I'm executing this right now. I mean, I could have just gone and journal my experiences of my much darker days a decade ago, and could have continued since then. But well, my heavily depressed self didn't know any better, and didn't wasn't able to perform all those kind of executive functions without wearing down my body to a point of mental exhaustion. And unfortunate as it was, it really set the tone over the years for me to reflect on how to do myself better for that. And eventually, it did take a decade, around over 10 years later, to finally see what it has gotten me right now. And it is a lesson that takes time, inevitably, because building upon the experiences of what challenges I had and how I overcame them, somehow they always carry over to the next, like, a cycle of years for me to try again in a different scale, with a different mindset, with different resources to handle that as well. So all in all, I guess I can say I'm fortunate that I am in a position whereby I have enough resources, time, and mental clarity to be able to come the similar set of, like, cyclical adversities and challenges. And especially if those challenges came with a trauma, or like the past bad experiences that was associated with it. So it really does take a cycle of, like, unwinding those kinds of worries and I would say bad vibes. No, I wouldn't say bad vibes. I'd rather say uh, unwinding of unwinding and unlearning of past behavior and past operating system, I guess. Like, the more I think of it, the more the nervous system is more like an operating system of how I respond to the things external to me, the things internal, both internal and external to me. The nervous system that I have right now. So, rewriting that operating system inside my nervous system, that's a mouthful. But that act of rewriting, even though it takes a decade, is ultimately what will get better and continue to get better. It is also a test of how much am I willing to surrender to the workings of the universe, through the ether that directs me to the things I should say and do in order for me to be a better vessel of light to others. Back at it again. So, I guess I'll leave it at that for the moment. What I would like to say is that for any of you who are watching right now, take a deep breath whenever you think about something that might have traumatized you in the past, as I have did just now. Take a deep breath and probably ask yourself, would you have done any better if you had not known any better? In other words, were you able to figure out everything back then? I guess not. So if you have only figured it and dealt with it now and better than before, then that's the win. That's the accomplishment that really matters, no matter no matter what the time it takes. Perhaps most people aren't ready for the patience it requires to be able to pull something off like this. But the patience that I have since I was little, whatever circumstances that I had experienced, turned out to be more than enough to see it through up until now. And so I would like to encourage you to do the same for yourself so that your light can shine better and so that others can see it clearer too. I guess that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.